Oink, come here. Come on, up. Okay. Oh, you were so heavy. Hold still. Hold still. Okay. Hold still. Oink. Hold still. I have another dog. Like at some point, does it really matter? I haven't reached double digits, but I'm not gonna say that's never gonna happen. I'm still having my coffee. Truthfully, if I wasn't boarding dogs like I am, one of my dreams, goals would be to adopt a bunch of senior rescue dogs and give them a home, since I have the space and the time and all of that. That's not the case right now. Fair warning, if you are employed at a vet clinic or an animal shelter, or you are a dog sitter, odds are good you're gonna end up taking your work home with you. My sister and I are both perfect examples of this. Oink is, I say a rescue. Basically, his owner passed away and his family was trying to find a good home for him. And in the meantime, holy cow. And in the meantime, opted to board him with me, which has now, oh my gosh, has now turned into his home. So his first owner had 2 English bulldogs, allegedly. I don't know what he really is. I was told mini English bulldog, but who knows? But they had 2 of them, decided, let's breed them, and got 2 brothers. They kept both puppies in a small chain link enclosure with 1 small dog house. Didn't neuter either of them. And essentially, as they got older, they started fighting. There wasn't space in the chain link pen for them to get their energy out. There wasn't room in the dog house for both of them to sleep in. And they were 2 unneutered males with very little training. So essentially they just lived in this pen together, fighting each other all the time. Eventually the owners recognized this wasn't a good idea and found him another home. That's where I got him from. So we're guessing he's 4-ish, and he is a very challenging dog so far. Always wanted a bulldog breed. I think they are adorable. English bulldogs, French bulldogs, everybody loves them. They're so cute. My reservation, outside of the enormous price tag, there is a massive amount of overbreeding of those particular breeds. Not educated, responsible breeding at this point. I feel like in a lot of situations, people invest, thousands of dollars for a puppy and then see breeding them as a way to get that money back, justify the initial cost, potentially get more of the same breed if they decide they'd like a few more but wouldn't like to have to pay for them. Whatever the case may be, there are a ton of these breeds available. Their overall genetic health has just plummeted. If you look up, it's very interesting and very sad. If you look up what, like the English Bulldog specifically, should genetically look like without our interference versus what they look like now, it's incredible. I personally, I don't judge anybody if they decide they'd rather, purchase a puppy versus adopting a dog. Totally fine. That is, every person's situation is unique, their needs, their wants. The only thing that I struggle to kind of accept is when people don't do research on the breeder and end up supporting backyard breeders or breeders that aren't looking out for the breed's best interest through, genetic testing and lineage and all of that kind of stuff. And of course, when people buy dogs at pet stores. I'm gonna do a whole video about rescuing, adopting, all of that. I hear this a lot, actually, even in the comments on this channel a couple of times. People argue that they are saving an animal when they get it from the pet store because, the animal is living in the pet store and that's not an ideal environment. The problem is, unless you're able to save every puppy that comes through the pet store, by buying one, you are creating a vacancy where they now have to get another one. So you're making that demand greater and you're essentially putting more puppies into the pet stores. So yes, you've given your particular puppy a wonderful life, and that's fantastic. But when you look at the big picture, supporting pet stores that aren't doing right by the animals, or breeders that aren't doing right by the animals, you're just perpetuating this less than ideal situation for the dogs. You know, outside of that kind of bad breeder issue and cost, there is also the health issues. Because the breed has been so genetically changed, they are an insanely unhealthy breed. You can just pretty much expect, you know, if you have English Bulldog, French Bulldog breed, you're gonna end up also spending thousands and thousands in medical bills. Oink, for example, he came to me with horrible skin, and I should have taken a picture, but I didn't. His whole back was bald and scaly, as was his chest area. It was all very red, very irritated. Hair and skin were just falling off of him. He also happened to be covered in fleas and was just generally miserable. Those kinds of skin conditions, allergies, things like that, very common with them. Of course, there's also the fact that their snouts are so smushed that it makes it very hard for them to breathe. That's the reason why they snore, which is adorable, but also they're struggling to breathe. He's actually never been in a house before. He was only kept outside, so don't get me started on how housebreaking is going. It's terrible. He has a really terrible just body composition, also not uncommon. So for being only 4-ish years old, he has terrible hip issues, terrible. Sometimes if I'm petting him and I just pet him wrong or he moves wrong, he screams. He always walks funny, like kind of with a weird little hop. Now the real problem. He is extremely aggressive. So just finding a good fit was really, really hard. And honestly, getting him to fit in here is really hard. Okay, well, he's not aggressive with me. Let's throw that in. Oh, no, he's a very sweet boy with me, but he has, with no warning, just happy, jolly, and then all of a sudden turned and snapped on people. He is extremely dog aggressive. Thankfully, the way that my setup is, he has his own space all to himself, his own yard, his own living space. So that's not bad, but it's not really what I want for him, because I think he would enjoy other dogs if socialized properly, because he's very playful and hyper with me, and I can't keep up. So I think he'd have a great time with other dogs, but we're not there yet. He's actually being neutered. Don't tell him that, this week. So hopefully that's gonna make a huge difference, but I'm not counting on it. Maybe a little difference, because he does get along better with female dogs than male dogs. Doing a lot of got an itchy butt. Oh, I love the butt scratches. So we're doing a lot of socializing using a muzzle. We're also trying to train a little bit. So that, like what he just did there. Lunging at my face, playful, but these little guys are strong. And so he's given me a bloody lip a couple of times now. Hey. So vicious, huh? You can see the dead toy remnants. We're working on training. I also bought a lot of supplements. All of my dogs get supplements and vitamins. I mostly use the Zesty Paws brand. So I got some specifically for him. I got you know, some allergy stuff and calming stuff and joint stuff and all of it. I saw some differences. I love using it on my other ones. It's helped one of them with hot spots and everything. For him, his skin was slightly better. His back got a lot better, but the rash on his chest was still pretty bad, and his hips. This that you're seeing right now, the crazy wild man, he was not like that. So I started looking into other options. One thing that kept coming up for me was CBD oil. And I've heard of it before. I've actually heard of it for use in people. Oink.
It was your favorite. Yeah.
My sister and I both have some health issues that can be greatly helped by using CBD oil. Had kind of wanted to try it. I tried different prescribed medications, and all of them had really bad side effects for me. They all tended to actually make my symptoms worse. If you are unfamiliar with CBD oil, I would suggest looking into it. While I was looking into the option of CBD oil for both myself and my dogs, I actually had a company send me a couple of different products to try. So currently he is using this. Squirt what he needs in his mouth. It's very easy. He doesn't care. Now they did also give me some items to use for myself. And I will say right away, I noticed I was sleeping a lot better, which is a big deal for me. However, in the beginning, I didn't see it really helping the conditions I wanted it to. Upon doing further research, I discovered that I was doing the completely incorrect dose. So since then, I've made amendments. I've actually gone back and purchased products myself. And since then, it has made a remarkable difference. And as far as Oink goes, if you haven't been able to tell this entire time, he is so energetic now, so playful, has no reservations about jumping around, doing loops, backflips, flying through the air, all kinds of stuff, which is so rewarding to see because I saw how much pain he was in. And the fact that he is enjoying life like he has wanted to is awesome. Outside of that, come here. I don't know if you noticed, but the skin under here has completely cleared up. And just in general, especially for his breed, we're trying to admire how shiny and healthy your coat is. It's phenomenal. He does not have a flaky skin, a red bump anywhere. He is probably now one of the healthiest looking bulldogs I've ever seen. Huh? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The only thing I was kind of hoping it would help, but I knew it was wishful thinking, was the attitude. I've heard wonderful things about helping dogs that have like high anxiety, but for him, this is definitely just based in like a dominant aggressive behavior. And so it's not really helped with that. Differences that I have seen are so remarkable that I'm going to continue to buy this myself. And actually my sister has gone ahead and bought some for her cat as well. It's Diamond CBD oil, and I am going to put the link down below if that's something you're interested in. Got the skin cleared up, got the hip joints managed for now. We're going to see the vet on Thursday, get neutered, general checkup. We still have a really long road ahead of us though, between housebreaking and training, socializing, all of that. But he is here to stay. We'll figure it out. Always loved the bulldog breeds. They are adorable. I love that happy-go-lucky craziness. Even though it is crazy, I love it. Just, you know, another dog. I really should just say screw it and round it out, make it an even 10, right? We're getting there. He's pretty cute, right? He looks like a Sesame Street character. You're like a little smushy Muppet. Wow, wow. He's a pretty good boy. We're getting there. We're gonna make you a good dog. Yeah. Put your tongue in your mouth. Hey. Hey. I'm not playing with you. My hand's just sitting here minding its own business. Why are you attacking it? Huh? Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy.